Blessings, people, blessings and greetings. Welcome to another session of pure knowledge. Today we'll be doing the Caribbean Studies Carib 2021 past paper, just to prepare you for that examination. So, all right, let's get into it without further ado. My name is Travis Patrick, and yeah, let's go. All right, ready. All right, so number one says the diaspora is best described as it's best described as, yes, communities developed away from their original homelands. Yes. Um, Next question says, under slavery, Caribbean society was characterized by let's go, rigid separation of classes. Yes, that's the answer. Rigid separation of classes. Quite simple questions so far. Number three says, which of the following is an independent Caribbean country? It's Dominica, as I said. Very, very simple questions. Plantocracy was a term used to describe, that's actually the ruling class made up of slave owners and elites. That was plantocracy. Let's move on to number five. Which of the following concepts is not, is not, hold on, sorry, is not normally associated with the term Creole? I'll just focus on the fact that it says not as well, because we keep on somehow, we always look over it. In this case, I've seen a lot of answers to this actually, but in this case, it's definitely A, food. Yeah. Um, Six, the Kalinagos were labeled as violent and warlike because the Spaniards thought the Kalinagos um were cannibals. Actually, yes, that's true. So let's take that. Vigorously protected their territories. Yes, that's actually true again. And had superior weapons when compared to the Taínos. Yes, that's also true. So it's all of them, which is 1, 2, and 3. So yeah. Number 7 says, which of the following reasons did planters give for importing new laborers into the Caribbean after slavery ended? All right. Yeah, it has to be D. Newly freed persons withdrew from plantation work. All right. Moving on to number 8. Which of the following CARICOM members share land border? This one is quite simple again, Guyana and the Suriname. Yes, the term culture may best be defined as, yes, man, the way of life of a people. No, and that is C. Number 10 says, which of the following statements best describes the Westminster system? Um, there's a parliamentary sovereignty. No. No. B, there is a parliamentary sovereignty, but no, that's not true. C, the prime minister is the head of the government, and there is a clear separation of powers between the executive and the legislature. Yes. So 10 is C. Moving on to number 11. The main tectonic process in the Caribbean, it results from subduction. It is subduction. I move on to number 12. It says neocolonialism. It refers to continued independence of former colonies. No. It's the informal colonization of a country by economic, social, and cultural methods. Yes. So 12 is D. Move on to number 13. So the following elements is involved in the creolization process. It is acculturation. Yes. 13 is B. Moving on. The main aim of colonial education in the Caribbean, yes, was to need to look any further, no needed to look any further, control the masses. That was the main purpose of colonial education. It was to control the mass. Yes. Moving on. Which of the following theorists is closely associated with the term creolization? Um, Closely associated with the term. Yes, man, it is Edward, Kamau Brathwaite. So that's D. 15 is D. Moving on quickly, swiftly, lovely. Which of the following is a non-economic indicator of development and non-economic all right, indicator of development. We just put that in a little bit. Let's just underline that. Non-economic indicator of development. So that is good governance. So 16 is A. All right. Moving on. Number 17. The dependency. Hold on, yes. The dependency ratio is determined by the by calculating the proportion of, is it school age children? No. Country. No. Employment to unemployment levels. No. The working population to persons. Yes, yes, under and over the employment age. 17 is C, definitely. All right. 18. Which of the following are main social indicators used to measure the level of development of a country? No. No. Yes, definitely. Has to be D. Has to be D. Yeah, 18 is D. All right, so moving on to number 19. Which of the following are ways in which globalization presents itself? All right, let's see. Racial segregation. Mm-mm. I don't like that one. Open economic space. Nice. Yes, that's one. And commercialization of cultures. Yes. 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 It's 2 and 3. So that is C. Yes, number 19 is indeed C. Moving on to number 20. If you've reached this far, please remember to, like, subscribe, and share this video so that everybody can have an opportunity to do this examination. Yes. All right. Number 20 says, which institution in the integration movement preceded the Caribbean Community and Common Market? That is what we know it as CARICOM. Yes. Which one of these? That is, yeah, Caribbean Free Trade Association. Yeah, man. Caribbean Free Trade Association. That's definitely. All right. Good. Nice. Move on to number 21. It says, which of the following Caribbean movements has globalization influenced the most? No, for this question, this, this question has been a problem so many times because there are people who say it's A, there are people who also say it's B, and in my opinion, right? And I'm going to just explain this for a little. Let me just underline what I get from it. It says, which of the following Caribbean movements? That's the first thing I want us to focus on. The fact that it said Caribbean movement. Yes, which means it's a movement that really and truly originated from a Caribbean ideology. Yes, has globalization influenced the most. Now we look at these, and the first thing you see is the feminist. But really, it isn't a. Is it really a Caribbean movement? Not necessarily. Yes, Black Power. Is it really a Caribbean-based ideology or movement? No, not really. But when you look at C, and we see the fight for independence, we know it's definitely not D. We know it's not D, right? But when you see C, the fight for independence, yes, the fight for independence, that's the whole reason that was a massive problem in the Caribbean. Yes, that the fight for independence, seeing globalization really and truly caused the many Caribbean territories seeing, different different countries being free and being independent. I think that genuinely that is what drove the Caribbean as well. It enlightened the Caribbean. So the fight for independence, with all these answers here, it is a Caribbean movement, really. Yeah. See, it is indeed. See. Yeah. All right. I just explain it a little bit because I know there's normally, a little backlash on questions like this. Moving on to number 22. Still, says which of the following indicators of development is generated from information that is derived from an inequality survey. This one is a standard CARB question. It is the Gini index. All right. Lovely. Moving on to number 23. In which of the following years was the World Trade Organization formed? Standard question as well. It is actually the 1995. The RSS is an institution of CARICOM. In which of the following eras does the RSS operate? It's security. The RSS. Yeah. Let me just text what it means here. Let me just type that in here. RSS stands for, let's change the color a little bit there, yes. So RSS actually stands for Regional Security System. Regional Security System. That is what RSS stands for. All right, nice. All right, let's move on. Just in case they ask what does RSS stand for, just in case. All right, so we know what that is. So that's security. Let's move on to number 20. Swiftly. Says, which of the following is not a reason why some Caribbean politicians attempted to implement changes based on Marxist thought in the latter half of the 20th century? The influence. Let me see. Hold on. It says, which is not a reason. Let me just highlight that a bit. It says, which of these is not a reason? Not. Hold on. Yes, not a reason. Yes. Good. Has to be C. They need to maintain tenets of colonial rule and the capitalist system. Yeah. The influence of the Cuban Revolution of 1959. It is one. The success of Marxists in Europe, exporting the ideas to the Caribbean. It is one. And the disillusionment with capitalism as a means to solve the problems of the region. Yeah. So C. Moving on to number 26. It says a major challenge faced by Caribbean countries in achieving integration is A, insularity. Yes, meaning really and truly nobody not really care about it. So yeah, I think so. Yeah, man. C. I'm sorry, A. 26 is definitely A. Insularity. It's not high levels of illiteracy. It's not the impact of natural disasters. It's not the large number of indigenous peoples either. It's insularity. Moving on to number 27. The members of the OECS share more achievements among themselves than with the CARICOM partners. Which of the following is not a common achievement of the OECS? Not a common achievement, and this is a government. Yeah, they don't share government. No. Yeah. So 27 is C. Yeah, government. Moving on, number 28. Early 19th century writings from an indigenous perspective served to give credit to Europeans for shape. No, nope. Convince Caribbean people that the colonizers were. Nope. describe people living in the Caribbean prior to that. No. Reject the notion held by Europeans that the early inhabitants did not have a history. This is true. 28 is D. All right, moving on to number 29. Which of the following activities is an example of the mass media acting as an agent of socialization? That is C, showing a documentary on healthy eating habits. Yes. Moving on to number 30. Social justice in society is mainly concerned with, yes, equal access. Equal access. All right, moving on. Number 31. It says, a bit difficult to see. Says, reliability in research refers to the extent to which a researcher is able to, yes, get similar results and repeated. Yeah, this is A. Get similar results after repeating trials. Number 32, a hypothesis may be described as yes, the prediction of an outcome, really. Yes. Could you say now, which of the following describes the purpose of a literature review? A literature review. The purpose, yeah, it says a study in the context of the previous research. Yes. Yes, it says a study in the context of previous research. Yes. That's the whole purpose of a literature review. A researcher, which is, let's just read this one, to conduct an investigation on the effects of the physical abuse on children at a primary school. Which of the following does he need before interacting with the children? List of the children in school. This looks like an ethics question. Yes, yes. Has to be D. Permission. He needs permission. Needs permission from the school's guidance counselor. Yes? All right. So the following satisfies the criteria for a good research question. Yes? So the following satisfies the criteria for a good research question. C. C. Yeah, C. Moving on. Number 36 says, which of the following best represents the criteria for selecting material to be included in a research report? D. Relevance, credibility, and adequacy. Yes. So finish, so finish, so finish. This look at the last page and the second to last page. All right. Reach number 37 already. Dr. Goodwin told her students that while conducting their research, they should think about how the data will be collected and the impact the data collection is likely to have on the respondents. To what research concept was Dr. Goodwin referring? Ethics in research. Yes. Moving on to number 38. In each of the following categories of sampling techniques can purposive sampling be placed? It's non-probability. Yes, non-probability. Moving on. A researcher wants to see how mothers on a playground interact with each other. What method of inquiry would be most suitable for the researcher to use? Yes? Observation. 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 All right. Number 40. Which of the following is the first step in selecting a sample for research? All right. Yeah, man. Defining the population. Yes. Simple. Moving on, moving on, moving on, moving on briskly. Participant observation is viewed as a subjective method of data collection because 41 says D, the wrong conclusions are drawn by the researcher. Yes. Yes. Moving on to number 42. 40 few. The main difference between a trend and a pattern is that a trend is recognizable in current data, while a pattern is recognizable over time. Yeah. What is B? Pattern is recognizable over time, while a trend is recognizable in current data. All right, let's go. The purpose of the conclusion to a research is to summarize the key objectives. No, not the objectives. Provided no. Is to summarize the key findings of the research. Yes. That's C for all three. See you moving on. 44 says correlation in research refers to. Yeah, 44. Nah. It's the degree of relationship between two variables. Yes. The degree of relationship between two. Yes, it's C. 44 C. And the final question, which of the following is a probability sampling method? It's a very common question. It is simple, random. And there we have it. The end of this paper. Thank you very much for watching. Um, please remember to like, subscribe, and share. Please remember to share, subscribe, like, and look out for a Caribbean Studies live coming to you very soon. Should be tomorrow. So look out for a live tomorrow at about 7. Um, as I said, thank you very much. It was a pleasure having you guys. Good luck, all the best in the examination. Look out for the live, and we'll see you next time. All right? All right, bye bye.